Geekazine and Geek Smack is a proud member of the Tech Podcast Network over at techpodcast.com. If it's tech, then it's here. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are on episode number 198 of Geek Smack. For all you smackers of geek, for all you people that want to know a little bit of geek, a little bit of tech, and a whole bunch of in between. And it's brought to you today by Audible.com. Go over to audible.com/Geekazine and get yourself a free 14-day trial and download one audio book. Go to assist.com. Go over to assist.com/podcast for a 30-day free trial. Carbonite, save your files. Get a 2 months free for purchasing 1 year by using the offer code TPN. Stitcher.com, go over to stitcher.com/geek, enter in your email address, download the application. You could win yourself $100. And of course, all this video is done over on Wirecast. Go over to geekazine.com/Wirecast PC for your PC version, or Wirecast Mac for your Mac version. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's get into your Geek Smack for this week. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Geek Smack episode number 198. I am your humble host, Jeffrey Powers. Thanks a lot for coming to the show. If this is the first time that you've come to Geek Smack, thank you very much for coming and letting me entertain you. I can juggle some stuff if you want. I've got a USB drive here and a pair of scissors. I got no chainsaws here, but maybe next week I'll do some juggling of some chainsaws. How's that? I'll do it. I will. I really will. Hopefully. If I can find chainsaws. They're such an odd commodity. I don't think I'll be able to find 3 chainsaws, One, yes, but 3? I don't know. Anyway, how you doing? Geekazine.com is where I reside at www.geekazine.com. Think of magazine, take out the mag, put in a geek. You got me, Geekazine Jeffrey Powers. Got a great show for you today. It's a rainy Tuesday here. So I got down to the Geek Studio, and guess what? Part of the basement actually was a little bit flooded. Apparently I have a crack in the wall somewhere, and with the amount of rain we actually got this morning at like 7 o'clock, it was pretty interesting to see, and it woke me up a few times. One thing that you might hear some little rumbling in the background, that's still some of the thunder back there, so just don't mind that. And of course, if the power goes out, then, well, you won't be seeing the show, that's for sure. Anyway, this is Geekazine. Go over to geekazine.com. You can get all the show notes to what I'm going to be talking about in here. If you haven't subscribed to the show notes, go ahead and do so. We're in the process of revamping where you can get the show notes via your email, and I'm working on that. But of course, sign up for the email, and once a month I'll be sending you a overall message of everything going on over at Geekazine. The Kickstarter program's almost over. Go over to geekazine.com/Kickstarter, and you can subscribe and be part of the special media feed. Of course, I need to figure out how I'm going to some of these extra events. Dragon Con is 2 weeks. VMworld is next week. I won't be able to go to that, and I won't be able to go to Dragon Con simply because of the fact that it was over Labor Day weekend. It just didn't fit in my schedule anyway. But there's a lot of great shows I really want to go to. One in October. In September, I'm hoping to go to San Francisco for TechCrunch Disrupt and do a whole bunch of video there. And finally, before we get into the Tech Smack, I want to tell you guys, go over to the special media feed. If you want to see how I do all this, with all this switching of back and forth, I use a program called Wirecast. We talk about it. you can go into the special media feed all this week. I'm doing a 5-part series on how to set up your Wirecast from introduction to full usage of Wirecast. So check that out over at Geekazine.com. Don't forget the Day in Tech History podcast. And, of course, the 5 tech things you should know about that happens every Thursday. Now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, let's get into your Tech Smack for the week.
Tech Smack.
All right, we're going to start over on, where are we going to start? Yeah, okay, we're going to start over on Bloomberg Business Week. Of course, they talked about it all this weekend, that is. And that is on Thursday, HP said, we want to get rid of the PC line. We want to separate it. We want to focus on the servers. And I'll tell you why in a second, why they're going to do this. But the other thing that they said was the HP touchpad and the Pre 3, which is WebOS, which used to be Palm, is pretty much no more. There's going to be no Pre 3, at least in the United States. The UK got the Pre 3, but the touchpad was gone. So on Friday, they knocked the price down to $99, which made a mad rush frenzy for everybody to get these tablets. And everybody's going, well, why would you get a tablet that was discontinued? Well, it's kind of like getting this computer for like 1/5 the price. That's basically what it is. It's a tablet, and it's still functional and still useful. And a lot of people feel that they can actually jailbreak it and then put something like Android on it or WebOS, which isn't dead. It's just staying with the server group. Now, here's what's happening in HP. At least this is what I'm understanding from my contacts at HP. And that is that HP wants to get rid of the PC group. They want to put it into its own company, but if they sell it, they sell it. I mean, somebody gives them the right price. It's gone. The server area, the enterprise area, is where they want to focus on. They've always wanted to focus on that for the last 5 years, and they want to keep WebOS in the enterprise group, the server group. So it won't be a consumer item. It'll be an enterprise item. And of course, the consumer items will go to whatever they decide, whether they keep it, whether they sell it, whether they spin it off into another company. I don't know. We'll see what happens there. But it's pretty interesting stuff. If you want to read more about it, go over to businessweek.com. Now, there was a serious bid or a rumor, and of course we'll get this into the rumors. And that is Samsung has been talking with HP, and there were some rumors out there saying that there's a possibility that Samsung wants to put an offer down on HP's PC and laptop division, which would mean that, of course, Samsung would then be each HP. I don't know if they'd call it Samsung HP or Samsung HP Compact or Samsung or HP or Compact. I don't know. But it's not an unusual call. IBM did this 5 years ago with their laptops and desktops. Lenovo bought it out, and of course we talked about them last week on how they became, on 5 Tech Things, how they became #1 in the US, whereas Apple's becoming #1 in China. Kind of weird flip-flop there, but if Samsung does buy it, then we could see a whole new group of PCs there. I don't think you're going to see much difference. You're going to still see HP desktops, HP laptops, compact desktops, compact laptops, and of course Samsung desktops and laptops. They might even just get rid of the Samsung laptop. If they have some electronics in Samsung, so I would guess that they would get rid of that. But if you have any questions, if you want to read more, go over to Wired.com. That's where we link the article to. All right, Twitter's adding photo galleries to their profiles. Now, my take on this is it's a little bit too little too late. Basically what happens, if you go over to twitter.com, which about 80% of you probably don't even do, you probably go through TweetDeck or another program like Hootsuite or something like that, but you go into Twitter and you'll actually see a photo gallery using YFrog or what is it, the other one? I'm can't remember the other one right now, but the whole point is TwitPic, that's the other one. So you can view some of, and Instagram as well. You can view your pictures, but they're just little thumbnails, and they're kind of cached thumbnails, and they're smaller, and they're not like higher quality stuff you could store like on Google Plus or on Facebook. And I think they let you download or upload some pretty good quality pictures there. So on Facebook and Google Plus. So Twitter, if Twitter wants to compete in that game, they need to up their game by simply making an all pictures, maybe a Twitter picture or something like that. Expand on TwitPic. I don't know. There's got to be some way to do this. Maybe buy out Instagram, which somebody needs to do eventually. But right now, if you went to the Twitter interface, it's an advantage for you. They've put a lot of new advantages, a lot of new features in the Twitter interface, but it doesn't translate through the API to TweetDeck or to Hootsuite or to any of these other Twitter clients. And I think they're going to lose out there in the social networking realm. I'm not discounting Twitter, not one bit. I still think that Twitter is a very important thing. In fact, if I have to rank them, in all reality, my Facebook was never a public profile. My Facebook profile was for all my friends, anybody that was local that really wasn't into tech. I was friends on them. So I have a very limited list on Facebook. My Twitter account, it's whoever wants to follow me on Twitter can follow me on Twitter. Same thing with G+. I'll follow you back too, which is pretty cool. So anyway, check this out over on Computer World if you have any other questions. I still think a little too late, but unless they can incorporate it right, they can do a good job. One other thing for Twitter, if you actually take out the links, because they did the link shorteners and stuff like that, if you took that out as the 140, that doesn't count as 140 characters, people might be talking a little bit more on Twitter. I'm just saying. All right, Google patches another wave of Chrome browser holes, and of course, if you have a Windows PC, if you have Linux box, and if you have a Mac, you need to be concerned about it if you're using Chrome. And Chrome usage is up. We're talking up. So they shelled out about $8,500 to purchase information from security vulnerabilities on affecting the Chrome browser. They found a Chrome browser, a URL parsing confusion. They have a whole bunch of stuff. You can read the whole thing here on zdnet.com. But they're fixing, they're continuing. Of course, they'll update, and they won't even tell you about it, which is the problem I have with Chrome browsers. They need to say, hey, an update's available. Download now, download later. They don't do that, and that's what really frustrates me with Chrome. And as an IT administrator, I would never put Chrome into a business atmosphere. I wouldn't. So if you have any more questions on this, go over to zdnet.com. Miramax is offering digital movie locker via Facebook. You can rent the movies now in Miramax, but eventually they're going to have a locker, kind of like Amazon. You buy your movies, it's going to be in the Miramax library. They're going to remember your name and all your credentials. As long as you keep your credentials, then you'll be able to access those movies and watch those movies. So it's basically a way for you to pay to have movies put on somebody else's server, and if they disappear, they disappear. You don't get anything physical anymore. And we're moving away from the physicalness, the tangibles of digital, of media and video and audio, which is kind of sad because sometimes I just want to have that video copy on my servers or on a disk, because you never know when you don't have internet access, or you never know when you don't have, you lose your account, you stop paying some monthly fee, and then next thing you know, you don't have any music or movies. So, kind of sad there. Tom'sGuide.com if you want to read more on that. Facebook reinstates some activists' account. There was a small little spam filter glitch, apparently, and they banned them because they thought that these were spammers. So they reinstated the accounts. They said the account was mistakenly blocked from posting on pages. These systems aren't directed as part of any particular cause of point of view. However, no system is perfect, and we make mistakes. Well, that's too bad. You shouldn't be telling people you make mistakes, and you shouldn't use that as an excuse, because it's really not an excuse. Understandable, it was a mistake, but don't say it in the email. That's what I say. So if you want to read more on that, go over to pcmag.com. If you're a United Airlines pilot, congratulations, you got yourself an iPad. Apparently 11,000 pilots got iPads as part of a new way to lower the amount of junk in their bags, because they have to pack pretty light. I mean, you pack with your uniform and any other clothes you need, and then any devices you need to to continue to work. So instead of having that bulky PC in the pilot's bags, they now have Apple iPads, which they can use to access through there. I'm hoping that they'll give them, I'm hoping that they'll give them the access to some of the hotspots in the airports as well, because if you have an iPad without access, then what's the point? So anyway, if you want to read more about that, go over to cultofmac.com. What do you think? Are you a pilot? Are you really excited you're going to get an iPad, or did you want a touchpad instead? Let me know. Twitter me at Geekazine or geekazine@gmail.com. All right, last part of Text Mac, and we'll get you over into the next parts there. McAfee is saying that Android is the most plagued software, mobile software, by malware. And McAfee came out and they said it jumped 76% since last quarter. They found 12 million unique types of malware in the first half of the year, 22% increase from a year ago. As Android gets more popular, malware will come. And I don't see, do we have any type of anti-malware programs for Android just yet, or what programs are out there? I'm not totally in an Android world. I don't have any Android tablets or anything like that. So let me know what do you use to make sure that you keep your phones, you keep your tablets safe from somebody trying to attack it. Let me know. Twitter me at Geekazine or geekazine@gmail.com. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that is the end of part 1. We will get you into part 2. And it goes a little like this. The software. 30 days for free, but choosing that try it free now button and getting the code podcast. Podcast will get you 30 days for free. And what do you get off of this? Well, you simply get a program that will help you support people on a PC, on a Mac, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. You could be at home, you could be in Australia, you could be wherever you are, you could be supporting smarter with GoToAssist Express. And the best part is you can keep your clients, because if they can't get a hold of you because you're traveling a lot, then they might go to somebody else. So support smarter with GoToAssist Express. It's a great program. I have it in my IT toolbox. Put it into your IT toolbox by going over to gotoassist.com/podcast, or just click the try it free now button and enter in the code podcast. Support smarter with GoToAssist Express.
Have you ever thought about how much of your life is on your computer? You lost it all. When your files are backed up with Carbonite, you'll be able to get them back with just a few clicks.
Folks, you need to back it up now because you don't know when you'll get a chance to back it up later, and I'm going to tell you that right now. I got another computer here, another friend that has a computer that the hard drive died, and now I got to reinstall everything. They lost their pictures, they lost their documents, they lost their lives off of their computer. Don't let that happen to you. Go over to Carbonite Online Backup and back it up now onto a secure server using secure encryption. And the best part is you can pull out, you could be at a party and you could pull out your smartphone and you could say, hey, look at all the pictures I got on my computer, because you're pulling them from Carbonite's server. And you can do that on the tablet too. So it's kind of a cloud device as well, but it's more of an online backup tool. Save yourself from fire, from theft, from hard drive failure, simply by backing up now, and use Carbonite Online Backup. Special offer. You get 15, you can try it for 15 days, but when you buy that 1-year membership, which is $59, we're going to get you 2 months for free if you use the offer code TPN. TPN will get you 2 months free at Carbonite. Back it up now, get it back. You might not get a chance to back it up later. Wrong one. Geek Smart Crap. Well, that was weird. Let's do that again. Geek Smart Crap. A small little glitch there, apparently. Hey, everybody, Jeffrey Powers here, and of course, you are now on Geek Smack Crap. Geek Smack Crap is brought to you by our friends over at audiblepodcast.com. Go over to audiblepodcast.com/Geekazine and you can download yourself a free audiobook. You get 14 days for free to try out all the books and listen. Of course, you'll have to you get credits, and then you buy books. There's a lot of books out there, a lot of audiobooks. What I like to do is I like to read and listen at the same time because it helps me focus, and I'm not a big reader, so I like audible.com because it helps me read even more. So get it yourself. Go over to audiblepodcast.com/Geekazine for that 14-day trial and the free audio book. And that's over at audiblepodcast.com/Geekazine. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's start over on device.com. You need a toothpaste squeezer thing. You know, I hate it when I can't get that last piece of toothpaste out of the toothpaste jar, or not jar, but tube. That's the word. So they created this little device, which I've seen before in the past. They look like little keys, except they have like a little notch in it. You put the toothpaste in, you turn it and squeeze it. But apparently this does a better job on it because it does such a great job, it'll cost you $300 to get. So if you're really concerned about your budget, if you're really frugal and need that last piece of toothpaste, well, you know, you can spend $300 and save tons of toothpaste, I guess. I don't know. It's would you get something like that? I think it's a little too pricey on my point. So get that over at device.com. Oh, Gizmo, thank you very much for coming out with some great stuff. And of course, they found this over on a Facebook page, on a person's Facebook page. It is it's a one-piece swimsuit that looks like a Game Boy. And it's pretty cool. And it's actually pretty affordable at $90. Now, if you're a guy, I'm sorry, you cannot wear this. But if you're a female, thank you very much. Go ahead and use that, and thank you very much. That's all I have to say there. Maybe they'll come out with a version where I'll actually play some games on the suit, or maybe at least just the screen will just play some Mario or show off some Mario. I know they can do that, and that's over on Gizmo, which is now refreshing for some reason. All right, last part of Geek Smack crap, and that is, if you're in the travel, if you do a lot of traveling, then check this out. It's called the Scooter Suitcase, and basically what it is a suitcase that also doubles as a scooter. You fold it down, and then you can go between terminals, and yeah, just like this guy is doing. Hey, going between terminals. No word if a Segway version of the scooter suitcase is coming out, but if you do long trips between terminals, especially big terminals, then this is a pretty cool thing. 250 pounds, which comes out to around $500, I believe, somewhere around there. So if you want to catch that out, go over to businessunusual.com. Of course, we have that in the show notes there, as well as all the other stuff. So check that out. And that is your Geek Smack crap.
Geek Smack.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, let's get into your Geek Smack geek news for all you geekers, geekers out there. Anyway, that's a word. It's all a word. But anyway, let's start over at Gadget.com. And if you are a gamer controller lover, then check this out. Mad Catz is coming out with the Major League Gaming controllers. It's fully customizable. You can do different controls, set it up different ways. Basically, it's like having 360 controllers, I guess, in one system. Detachable, so I'm assuming that you can do wireless or wired if you need to, or maybe that's the charger. I'm not exactly sure. Pretty cool stuff. You can swap out any key components. You can do any types of switches like that, and it's pretty cool. I like that. I like the function. I like the functionality of it. So if you want to check it out, if you are a gamer that's serious about your gaming and wants a good control joystick, check it out over at Engadget.com. All right, if you're a Tron geek, then check this out. Apparently they made this video. It's a commercial for duct tape, Duck brand colored duct tape, and they decided to use Tron as the video. So they have the let's play a little bit of it here. So as you can see, we've got the duct tape gearing up for action, and they're moving around, and looks like the frame rate's not doing too well, but you get the idea. They're a little promotional idea for duct tape. So got a little pump there from Geekazine. You're welcome. And if you want to view this, of course, go over to geekalugi.com. Of course, it also shows the guy that was made famous for the Tron suit a few years back, the overweight man. Anyway, we'll just leave it at that. So check out that commercial. It's for duct tape. And how much duct tape do you have? If you're a serious professional, you should have a ton of duct tape. I know I have. I thought I had a roll down here. I have a roll down here somewhere. Oh, there it is over there. I can't get it to it. Right? Yeah. So anyway, geekalugi.com. For all you music geeks, especially you guitar geeks, there's going to be this Stomp Box exhibit in New York City. You can RSVP for it. It's hosted at the Living Room's Googie's Lounge and Ludlow Guitar at the heart of Manhattan's Lower East Side. It's going to be held on October 21st and 22nd. During the CMJ Music Marathon 2011. And of course, they're going to show off all the pedals and the configurations of that. So if you're a music geek, you might want to head over to New York on the third week of October and go from there. I think that's also the weekend of the zombie run in that other place. So I might be there instead for the zombie run. I'm going to be a zombie. Anyway. Check that out. It's over on delicious-audio.com. Of course, we have that in the show notes. Go over to geekazine.com, put it in get the show notes, and you'll get the link right there. Back over to Gizmo. I was thinking of putting this in the Geek Smack crap, but this is a do-it-yourself project. It's actually not for sale, and that is this right here. It's the do-it-yourself R2D2 bike helmet. Girl not included. Apparently, this person, she's over at phillyrawblog.blogspot.com. I don't know if she made the helmet or if somebody else made the helmet. Maybe she's modeling it. But the helmet looks a lot like R2D2. I would actually put a webcam in the helmet, or maybe a light. That would also help. Now, she's riding a scooter in this third picture, but the scooter's not dressed up like R2D2 or maybe even C3PO. That would be kind of cool to have that back and forth on there. But if you want to check this out, go over to ogizmo.com and read up on that. For all you beer geeks out there, they found the German lager yeast that originated in beech trees in southern Argentina, which apparently made some pretty darn good beer. So they come up with this, and they found it over the week. And basically, this was what was part of German beer 600 years ago. They searched for 5 years, and the scientific team discovered this and identified the organism, and they call it Saccharomyces eubaeanacensis, something like that. So I call it, oh, thank you. Actually, take a look at the tree. Look a little closer. You can kind of see a little face right there, right around the bulbs. It kind of reminds me of the guys that do the motion capture stuff. They have the little suits with the little balls on it. So, anyway, doctor, you should see a doctor for that, whatever you got there. So, anyway, if you want to check that out, go over to latimes.com, and you can get more. Of course, like I said, in the show notes, always in the show notes, you can get all that stuff. Robert Scoble, we're going to post, and now this is interesting. Robert Scoble's been doing a ton of posting on Google+, and not as much on Scobleizer. I would personally, if I was to post, especially anything over 200 words, I would post it on my blog and on Google+, if that's the way you want to go. But this is just, it's crazy, but he is basically talking about reinventing, re-looking at Google+ here. And he's got a whole thing about it. How you should reset up, how you should look at how it's working, so on and so forth. He talks about some of the new celebrities on there, like Trey Ratcliffe, Thomas Hawk, Lisa Bentley, Howard Lisden, Tim O'Reilly, Dave Weiner, so on and so forth. And pretty good read. So if you are a Robert Scoble geek, there you go right there. Go over to Google Plus and check that out. If you're not on Google Plus, you should be, because Robert Scoble's on Google Plus, and of course you want to read his stuff, so just go over there and you'll get to read that. So, if you're a comic geek, you probably heard about the DC universe getting the change in the next week here. They're going to be improving some of the characters apparently on DC universe, which I always hate it when they go through a revitalization. They've done it before, and of course, you know, the death of Superman was it 10 years ago. That was a big thing, and then but you know, different artists, different ideas, so on and so forth. They have a little they called it a little Abner feel to Superman, which was kind of interesting. A little sarcastic look over here at comics.gearlive.com. Top 10 things that you'll see changes for the new Superman. This is not really the new Superman here. I hope he doesn't look like a hulkish figure with a small cape and blue jeans and stuff like that. But anyway, some of the things is number 8, Bottle City of Kandahar. Planet Krypton replaced by planet Mali Benindrum, whatever that means. Superman's new dominist villain is Lex Luthor, so on and so forth. You can read the whole list here. It's over at comics.gearlive.com. Are you a comic geek? What kind of geek are you? I'm still looking for some great websites to highlight for Geek Smack, so let me know. Let me know what you like to read, what websites you like to go to. Go over to Geekazine.com or Twitter me at Geekazine and let me know what you read. If you like to make things, check this out. It's over on MakeZine.com, and it's a grappling hook launcher. You know, if you need to climb the side of a building or something, I don't know. There's a possibility. Except nowadays, you can't climb the side of the building to get into a window. You know how they used to have the old Batman show where they throw the batarangs up to the side of the window and then just start climbing up, and all of a sudden somebody would come out of the window and, "Oh, hey, Batman, how you doing?" It doesn't happen anymore because the windows are sealed up, and if they did that, they go, "Oh, hey, oh, ow." Anyway, so if you want to check this out, this is over on blog.magazine.com. This is a high pressure gun. So be careful if you decide to make this, and be supervised and so on and so forth. All the disclaimers out of the way. Have fun making yourself a grappling hook gun. Finally, last part of Geek Smack side, Geek Smack. Scientists have decided to merge a chicken with an alligator. Yeah, they decided to put the alligator and the chicken together and come up with a chickagator or alican, something like that. It cackles madly or something like that. I don't know. So why do they do these things? They're crazy. The science geeks are crazy, I tell you. They're crazy, 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 crazy. Anyway, I don't know. What do you think? Do you think that alligator chickens are the answer here? Do we have something? Are you scared? Are you nervous? Apparently, they modified the chicken egg and they put in alligator genes into the chicken egg. So, I don't know. That's kind of a little bit creepy. But anyway, that's your Geek Smack for this week. Let's get into your main subject here. Geek Smack is also brought to you by Stitcher. The audio version is over on Stitcher. Go over to stitcher.com/geek. Stitcher.com/geek. Enter in your email address. Download the application for your Apple, your Android, your BlackBerry, your WebOS. Well, soon, no WebOS. But anyway, you can download that and you get a chance to win $100. It's all from Stitcher and Geekazine. So go over to geekazine.com/geek, enter in your email address, and download this great way to listen to all your podcasts in a mobile way over at Stitcher.com. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I don't know if you heard about this, but at the beginning of the week, we talked about this on the OTT, myself and Gabriel Guzman. You can join the OTT panel. You just have to sign up for Google+. Let me know. Send me a message saying, hey, I want to be part of this OTT panel discussion, which we do every single week on Sunday evening. So if you want to be a part, just let me know and we'll go from there. But anyway, Fox apparently is setting up this paywall. And they're not really publicly putting out this paywall. They're just got a paywall and they're saying, hey, we're going to send an email that says, hey, invite your friends over to this new version of Fox where you can now watch the movies for a subscription fee, so on and so forth. And they changed all their licensing rules. And the one thing that they want to do, is they want to make Hulu wait an extra week after Fox shows come out. Now, I'm already not really happy with Hulu, not because of what Hulu does, but because of what other channels do. And that is, they say, well, we want them to watch the show, not watch the show later. And there's an oncoming concern about this, simply because of the fact that they have several sponsors. They have to fill in their commercial slots, and the less viewers to the 8 o'clock hour of Glee means that they have to lower their price for the commercials, which means that the show might not be profitable. But Hulu, on the other hand, you can watch it anytime. You just kind of wait till the next day, and poof, you can watch it. I can understand a 24-hour turnaround or maybe a 48-hour turnaround, but 7 days after the show airs does not make too much sense to me. What it means is I'm going to find another way to get that show, which means they're not going to get any type of revenue whatsoever. I'll DVR it. I will download it off of a torrent site or something like that. Piracy will go up simply because of the fact that Fox doesn't want that 24-hour turnaround. Like I said, 24 to 48 hours, if they want to wait a day before they put it out, I'm perfectly fine with that. I know there's some people that won't be perfectly fine with that, but it will definitely not cause an uproar and make people go, well, I'll just find a different way to watch my shows. Just remember, there's people out there with PVRs and DVRs, PVR being a personal video recorder that records to a computer as opposed to a box that has a hard drive in it. This is the same thing, but the whole point is that they'll be doing it that way, and you won't get any Nielsen ratings off of that. You won't get any information off of that, and they're going to be watching the shows, and then they can then just, when they're done with watching their shows, they can then put it onto a disc and give it to their neighbors and have the neighbors watch the shows. So, it's your choice. I know that Comedy Central last year, or a year and a half ago or something like that, they left Hulu, but now they're back. Why are they back? Because they get more views off of Hulu. And the second that you start putting all your shows on all these devices, including the Roku, because there's some shows, I can't watch The Simpsons on my Roku because it's blocked. But if you put it on the Roku, maybe you'll get more people watching the shows. Put in another commercial. Tell them to raise the price or something like that. I don't know. But if I'm paying $8 a month for Hulu Plus and I have to wait a week, that's what really sucks. And I know I'd be canceling my Hulu Plus subscription, which in turn would cause all sorts of problems for everybody. So why are they doing this? I don't know. They want more money, I suppose. They want controlling factor, I suppose. I don't know. Anyway, what's your thoughts on it? Do you have Hulu Plus? Did you get rid of your Hulu Plus? Do you not watch Hulu Plus? Do you not watch TV whatsoever? Do you not like Fox? Do you love Fox? Do you love Glee? Do you love House? Do you love Bones? Do you love American Idol? Let me know. Twitter me at Geekazine or geekazine@gmail.com. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, that does it for this week's episode of Geek Smack. I'm trying to keep it at 30 minutes, and it always just kind of creeps a little bit past there. So let me know what you think. Of course, the Twitter being Geekazine, and geekazine@gmail.com is my email address. My name is Jeffrey Powers. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks a lot for listening if you're listening to the audio version. Thanks to our sponsors this week, Citrix, Audible, Carbonite, and Stitcher, and of course Wirecast for all this great way to record shows, my videos, without me having to do a whole bunch of monkey stuff. So anyway, thanks a lot for watching. Thanks a lot for listening. We will see you next week on Geek Smack. My name is Jeffrey Powers, and I'm going to go dance in the rain right now. So talk to you later.